West down a run lane, racing down the interstate, spilled hot coffee down the
of C125. I know it's been a while since an actual update, but here's what I've got going so far for the sump. I have a mag drive 9.5 on its way in the mail that I picked up for $50 off eBay, and so I really want to run externally because I'm hearing mag drives produce a lot of heat. So I really want to run it external. Obviously, I've plumbed everything up for external running, so I've got the option. Right now, I'm just running the Rio Hyperflow 14HF, which actually works just fine to me. It's been more reliable than any of the other pumps I've tried so far. So, and then in my refugium area, I got some Cheeto. And I got a power head back there blowing on it. Now, my refugium area is so small that the Cheeto gets stuck and it stops tumbling. So I do got a power head blowing on it right now. So hopefully that's enough. And then I got an Actinic bulb shining right down on it. I don't have the protein skimmer running right now because I don't have any more top-off water. So I had to let this drain, so I didn't burn out my pump. So hopefully I can go get the RO today. And that's my next investment, is investing in my own RO unit, because I'm really getting sick of not being able to get a hold of my buddy. I've been trying to get a hold of him for almost 2 weeks now, so nothing. And then obviously, protein skimmer, pump the Cedra 5000, I think it is, or Cedra, however you want to say it. And the protein skimmer, I was real disappointed at first when I got it, but it's been doing a great job lately, so I'm very happy with it. Then over here, if you can read this, it says Big Ass Beer Cup. I got this from the Shout House one night. And I'm using this for a bunch of filter media. I don't know if you can see it out in there. There's like 6 layers of media. On the very bottom, at the bottom of this thing, I got a really fine filter polishing pad. Then in between, that fills up almost half this cup up to here, is filter floss. And then just from the top of filter floss up to what you can see here is 3 layers of bonded filter media. So that'll pick up this will pick up the bigger stuff like the fish flakes that fall through or anything big. Then it'll go through the filter floss, that'll catch smaller stuff, and the polishing pad will pick up anything else. And then over here in this part of the pump, of course, I've got some bonded filter pad in the bubble trap. So that's what I got going for the, I think this is my final layout for the sump. I've been looking at some bigger tanks. I was going to go look at a 240 today, but the guy sold it. I really want to get a different sump under here, but like I said, I'm looking at bigger tanks, so I would say probably within the next year, I'll probably have a 240 sitting here in the entryway. My wife is going to fucking love that, let me tell you. So anyways, there's the sump. Now, I'm waiting for my lights to come on because I got everything on timers now, everything, so that's kind of nice. It's kind of nice having everything on timers, but I don't want to manually override everything because I want to start getting everything on a good light cycle. So, but I had an old piece of live rock that I didn't put into my tank at first. And it's this piece right here. You probably are not going to be able to see that. Where's my flashlight? Maybe this camera will have a good light. But there's a clam on here, and I didn't put it in the tank because I thought it was an ugly rock, and it had a lot of aptasia on it at the time. So here's the clam, filtering the water. He opens and closes all day. Now, when I put it in the tank, I'm going to say about 3 or 4, maybe 5 good-sized aptasia anemones popped up off of this rock, and my peppermint shrimp went to town on them. Now, they left this anemone up top, and you can't see it. I'm going to wait for my light to turn on. But there's an anemone right on the very tip there where my light is. For almost 2 months since I set the tank up, I've had it in the bucket. And So it's been in that bucket in pretty much complete darkness. So when I put it in the tank, it came out, and when it started coming out, the tips of it got real bulbous, like it was shading itself like a bubble tip anemone would do. So I'm thinking it's a rose bubble or some sort of bubble tip anemone, for a couple reasons. Because the way it looks, the way it acts, it's very mobile. It actually moved from one cluster down here, kind of where that seashell is. There's like a cluster of old tubes or something, but it moved from there up to the top of this, and the water flows, stronger up here. So okay, now you probably still can't see the thing. It's literally the smallest anemone I've ever seen. I don't even have anything. I think when it's fully open, it might have the diameter of a dime, but I don't know if you guys can see that there. Right on the tip of the rock. Right, let's see if I can get my finger in there. Right there. Now right now it's kind of bulbed out. If I show you guys, so this is it. I really think it's a rose bubble or some sort of bubble tip anemone. Here's my tang, really happy. I had a scare with him. Actually, right after watching one of Adjuster Frank's videos of black ick, a couple days later after that, he started having black spots all over him. And I talked to my buddy when I was actually able to get a hold of him, and he said it might be stressed out. So what I did was a water change, and I fed him more, because I was only feeding one time a day. Now he said feeding saltwater fish one time a day isn't really going to be sufficient enough. So I started feeding him 3 times a day, and probably within 3 to 4 days there has been no more black spots on him. So I'm real thankful for that. I really don't want to deal with any disease in the tank. And then down. So okay, so with the update, I guess, with the 125, everything's still doing really good. I already showed you how I'm actually clearing the water up right now. And I had this shut down for probably an hour last night to sump while I was just tinkering around. And the tank got cloudy real quick, so definitely needs filtration. And I'm not running the protein skimmer right now, but when I get the water, hopefully today, when I can top it off, I'll be able to do what I need to do. Let's see, the blenny's still doing good. He's chilling back there in the rocks. The clownfish is back in here somewhere. I just turned all the lights on, or the lights actually came on by the timer. I'm used to having to turn them on. But there's the clownfish. There's my tang. This thing swims. It's always swimming. Even when it's sleeping, it's swimming. The sand is starting to really look live. It's really starting to go crazy, turning all kinds of different colors. Even down below the surface, I'm starting to get some action. The hermit crabs really went to town eating the cyanobacteria, cyno. And like I said, that's the red algae. I got a glass magnet cleaner here. I love this thing because before I was using the manual method where you stick your hand in there with an algae scraper, and that was really starting to suck because I get an allergic reaction to the synthetic salt. So the overflow, I haven't once had to turn on this aqua lifter for this thing. Now I do see an air bubble in there, but like I said, I was doing a lot of tinkering in this tank last night. But so I'll probably turn that on, let it suck the air out, and turn it off again. I've very rarely used this aqua lifter at all. And then this PVC back here was for my attempt at running an external pump. It was a Gen X3. I think I described it in my video on how to drill the tank. And that thing, it sounded like I can't even explain to you. It was the loudest pump I've ever heard in my life. So I guess for the update, I'm going to be getting my Reef LEDs at the end of this week. It's going to be 4 panels, 43 watts a piece, I believe. They're actually on a 240 gallon right now, Coral full reef tank. And the guy I'm getting them from wants $200 for them.
Alright guys, I interrupted the video here because I want to show some pictures of the anemone that I'm talking about. My video, when I'm recording video, it doesn't really show very well, so I was hoping taking these pictures would give you a better idea of the anemone I'm talking about. So if you look at these and you figure out what it may be, please let me know. And again, I appreciate you guys for watching my videos.
So the light penetration isn't quite strong enough for his tank, but for my tank it's going to be fine. You can actually see on his tank where the level of the light, like it gets like 3/4 of the way down and then it's like starts to fade. It's kind of weird. So I'll be picking that up shortly, the end of this week. Really, I don't have anything else really. If there's anything you guys would like to see or like to know about that I might be able to help with, or that you see in my tank and I haven't described it or anything, let me know, and I will gladly answer the question or make a video response. I really enjoy doing the videos, so I will have no problem doing that. So with that said, guys, thank you again. I really appreciate you guys watching my videos.
Insecure about the world I've been living in. I don't break easy, I have my pride, but if you need to be